just might call it part one because the first video was like a whole botch. But we here tokenizing and patent data. This is the first video. This is Abdul from Circulartextapps group, and I'm here to show y'all a small course on padding and tokenizing your data. Okay. If you watched the first video, I explained how the data is created, the data set is created. But now I'm going to show y'all how we do the pattern process. And as you can see, we got the occurrences at 647 all the way down to 2. That's the lowest occurrence it will go to is 2. We got to tokenize that and pad it so the AI can understand it. As you can see, it starts at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it goes up on most of them. Start lower and goes up. Start lower and goes up. Start lower and goes up. A lot of them start at 0, as the data set we use starts at 0. As if you watched the first video, I talked a little bit about that. Okay. Now we want to bring all the data. We want to feed the AI in some way. We want to make sure the AI can understand our data set. In my last video, what I did was I was messing up. I was getting confused. So I just went back to a regular data set. It's what some crazy thing I was working on, just trying to visualize something. I went to a regular data set. Let's hope this worked. I hope this is not that long and a little more instructive than the last video. Feature 1. Bring that here, right? Pad remove. Bring that here. Create token. Now I'm wondering if token go first. Okay, this is why people really hate me. And they always talk a lot about me. Talk about, oh, I use Chat GPT too much. I get carried by GPT. And all this, all that. See, I got a TikTok account where I post videos and stuff. Just coding. I don't post no pictures of me or nothing. Family, just my coding, all coding based. And it just when I use GPT, I like to take a video or whatever. People just like they hate Chat GPT. They hate that like I use AI so much in my coding. But guess what? It makes the job easier, and I can even get the tutorial better through using ChatGPT. So I'm here with ChatGPT. Okay. First, I want to open the CSV file. We're just reading the file. And this is basically what I go through with my process of tokenization of my data. It's hard for me to go through it and explain it. I don't know why, because I got so much stuff on my computer right now, and I've got so much too much to work with. So I'm gonna just go through it like this with you guys. Iterate through each row of the CSV file, identify and group data based on specific headers. Append group data to the tokenized data list. Write the tokenized data to an output. And that's basically what I showed y'all in this one file with the when it was tokenized, but it wasn't padded yet. That's the code. Okay, then I want to open the CSV file, iterate through each row, extract only the matching pairs and the start times. I don't want the occurrences. And y'all remember where we had the occurrences in the middle? It was the matching pairs first, then the occurrences, then the start times. Now we're just taking out the occurrences with the second file, and this was pad remove 1. Then we got pad remove 2, which shouldn't be named pad remove 2, but I just named it pad remove 2. It should be called what do you call it? Yeah, or pad, just pad. Read the CSV file and tokenize the matching pairs and start times. Pad the start time. So basically, we pad the start times all the way to the last or the most. And the most in this file was, we had it to 647. And let me go to something that's already padded so I don't have to deal with the coding. Let me just go to the last step. It'll be sim9 data. Definitely should be there. Did I move right before I even did this, I was supposed to start a new folder, a whole new folder, because I got so much stuff on here. I was supposed to start a new folder and continue on what I was doing on my part. But I left this on here and it's bothering me. Here we go. Sim 10. Final. And as you can see, it tokenized it. Well, it didn't tokenize this. This is different tokenized. It tokenized the data basically from, if it was 600, it would be 600, or it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would be 6, then 595 zeros basically. But not for the first one, because the first one was the 600 data set. But right now it's only about 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So since this is 10, we got to pad all the rest of the data set all the way down to 2 with zeros. So now they pad it, and now the AI will be able to understand the data set a little bit better. But still, we can't feed the data like this. And as you can see, this is not as sufficient as you might think it is, because our data set starts at 0, with the time starts at 0. So what I do with my data is I take it to Notepad++. I should already have some type of data sets in here. Oh no, I don't do that. Hopefully they didn't take my stuff off. That's like my first time I pressed yes on that. Like 100 years. I should have some data that's, there we go. All right, let me just grab this. As you can see, the time starts at 0. So once you pad it, it'll be starting at 0. And then this data set don't even have, oh, here we go, start time. That was at 0. We pad it. So you got 0, 0, 0, 3, 10. So the start time started somewhere around here. But the problem is, it's the same as our pad. See, I didn't want to use NAND for this. I heard a lot of AI scientists use NAND, but I'm not really. As you can see, NAND would work perfect for this, but I didn't know how to. I don't know. I didn't feel like doing the research on how to implement NAND, and just I don't like the look of NAND in my code. But that's how I wanted to do it, so I had to format my data. When I was doing it, I called it. What did I call it? Let me see. Normalizing the data. So how I normalized it was this. I was only doing 10 seconds, chunks of 10 seconds at the time, not the whole data set. So 10 seconds of EEG data. Forget I'm on Notepad++. Yeah. Here. Select. Again, select. Go up. Select. Copy. Come back here. And I'll paste it. No, I won't. I won't do that. Copy, select all, paste it. Now I can normalize my data. Start at 10. I will turn 10 to 11. We only would change the time. To do this, you will have to make sure you put the decimal. This dude has this has a decimal after it too, so I have to change. I think that's the only one. This data set have 19. That's why this data set that I work on, the EE data, is the worst, the hardest thing, the most complicated thing to work on sometimes because all the data is different. So it's not like you can. It's hard to make an automation system for it, what I'm trying to do, but it's almost impossible because all the data is different. Everybody's brain is different. So I want to but as this person, his average volume was at 19 minus 19.32, and that will only affect the one when I try to change the one with the the nine when I try to change the nine with the decimal. Let me start changing so I can show people what I mean. I don't have to change the 10. I don't have to change the 10 on here. I can just change this to 11 like this. And I'll change 9. Oh, that's what I did want to change first. But I would change 9 like this. 0.9, 0.9, 0.9. How would I change that? Oh, I had to match whole word. Match whole word. 0.9 to 0.10. That should change it all. If I match the whole word, I guess it's not gonna take this because it's not the whole word. But it's gonna take the beginning because I guess it's the whole word somehow on this. Let me see, replace. No, that didn't work at all. Mess something up. Undo that. Save. Back. I don't want to save it. I want to go to 9. Change the 9 to 10 without disrupting this. Why did? Oh, because I matched whole word. That didn't work. I tried to do them all. This one. Oh, it worked. Did it? Still 9 in there. Oh, yeah. I got the decimal in the wrong spot. Undo. Here we go. Decimal in the wrong spot. First and foremost, you were supposed to make sure you got the decimal after the 9. 10. Place all. So it did mess it up. It messed the data set up, as you can see. It turned the data to 110 minus 110, where it's supposed to just be 19. Change the whole data set. So I gotta go back, undo, change it back to. Okay, now I want to change this 9 to this 10 without messing up this data set. Let's see if I can do it now. Okay, I did it. As you can see, when I put the match whole word, it just changed everything without messing the whole data set up. We'll do that with 8. And since we don't have to worry about the decimal with 8, or not the decimal, but the whole, we can just take that off, turn 8 into 9. 500. As long as it say 500 occurrence, that's 1 second. You got 500, 500 data points. It goes in 1 second. That is so much data for just 1 second if you think about it. 7 to 10, 7 to 8. I'll just go down and keep going. 7, 5 to 6, place 4, 5, place 3 to 4, place 2 to 3, place 1 to. Okay, now my whole data set should be normalized. I don't know why that went to 501. That's how I would 0. Oh yeah, 0 to 1. That's what we came here for. 0 to 1. Why? Undo. Actual word. Okay, we got 500. I'm not going into what just happened. But as you can see, we got 1 all the way down to 11 or 12. Or it should go to 11, not 12. All the way down to 11. Select all. Bring it back here. Then I would do the whole thing over again to get the data set to be. Let me find another data set. Here I had to open up a whole new folder because I wasn't working on any normalized data for a while. That's why I was like a little stuck and confused. But now, as you can see, the data is normalized. Everything's starting at either at 1 or 2 and not 0. So once the AI, you won't be able to confuse the AI with a 0 right here and then a 0 all the way back here. 0 will be more of 0 and not 1, 2, 3. But you got to realize it's still the time 0. Data set and with the data have to do with the inference. That's another thing. Right now, we're just worrying about padding, and this is how I usually pad my data and prepare for the AI. This is the final. And no, we do not feed the AI just all this data just like this. We chop it down. We chop it down from just two little things at a time. Two, 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 two. Then it can do better inference, unseen data. I think I was on for about an hour. Thanks for checking out this course. This is Abdul with the Circulartextapps group, and I'm out. If y'all need anything, like any course y'all want me to go over, and any project y'all working on, y'all want any help, just DM me on Instagram. Thanks. Take it easy, guys.